Hi guys, so today I'm kind of doing a vlog style, but basically I'm just going to show you my eyeshadow palette collection, so let's go. So I'm going to start off at the front. I've got my Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette, and I think this is my most used palette, I'm going to say. It just looks like this and it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, these are my favourite kind of colours. So yeah, I have this little Pop Beauty one. I just got this in my Birch box and I've never used it, so yeah. Next I have this Estee Lauder one, and this is kind of an eyeshadow with two blushes, and to be honest I've never used this on my eyes. I've sampled it, like swatched it, dug a nail in it, and then I just never used it, so I don't know. It's really pretty though. So I have some Too Faced palettes. My first one is a Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar, and it is this one, and it is so pretty, like the Blueberry Swirl one. I can't wait to figure out an eye look that I can actually use this on, because again, I haven't used it. My Too Faced Chocolate Chip palette, which looks like this. And I have used this and it doesn't even look like I've used it, but I have, and I really like this palette. I mean, it's good for travelling. It's got all the colours that you need. It's got some khaki colours, a purple colour. So yeah, I think this palette will be coming on with me for my travels, if I go on. I've also got my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. Again, this is one of my most used palettes, and I think you can see I've hit shade on Primavera, and I just really like this palette. It's so easy to wear. I mean, I wear red eyes quite a lot, so I also forgot to mention I will be linking all the palettes that I mentioned down below. But yeah, I've got the Balm Nude Tude palette, and to be honest, I'm not all that keen on this palette. I have tried to use it a lot more, but I just don't seem to reach for it. Sexy, Sleek and Serious are maybe the ones that I use most, but the glitter colours, the shimmer ones, just aren't pigmented at all. So I've got my Zoeva Naturally Yours palette. Let me just get it open, and it just looks like this. This palette is really pretty. I think the only thing that I would have preferred if there's a mirror here, because all my other palettes all have mirrors, apart from one maybe. So yeah, but again, this palette is really easy to use. There are only 5 matte colours, and then you've got 5 shimmers, I believe. Yeah, so it's an even number, and you can make a whole eye look with this one, so it's pretty. I forgot to mention this palette is quite cheap as well. I've got my Estee Lauder Sultry Nudes. Again, this is a palette that I don't ever use. It just looks like this, and I don't know, I'm not really keen on it. It doesn't stand out to me, so it's just been in my palette. Wait, I used some of the colours. I mean, I used the first 4 shimmers, but I think that's about it. I've got my, oh god, the box is going to fall over. Right, I'm going to do the big ones first. I've got my Morphe palette, which is in 35T. Again, with the Morphe palettes, I wish they had a mirror because they've got all this space, but this one is just like a whole shimmer palette with some mattes down the bottom, as you can see. I got this palette quite a while ago when they used to sell Morphe in England for like £17.50, and I just don't really reach for it. I mean, some of the colours like that one, these 3 here, I do reach for, but yeah. I then got my other Morphe, which is 35k. I think this is the old writing as well. I've used this one a hell of a lot. I think this is one of my bigger palettes, and this had a lot of use out of me. But I found other palettes that I really like, that are smaller, easier to travel with. And I don't know, maybe I will start using this again. But for now, it's just going to sit there. I then got my Carly Bible by BH Cosmetics one. Oh god, it's so good. This one, and this is absolutely incredible. For such a cheap palette, I think it was like Oh, it doesn't say, but this was quite cheap, and you've got 4, 5, 6 highlighters, and then you've got 15 eyeshadows, and they are incredibly, I mean, really pigmented. So I haven't actually had much use out of it apart from this one shimmer colour, but I am hoping to get more use of this in the summer. So finally, yeah, I've got my 2 naked palettes. So firstly, I've got my Naked Smoky, and it just looks like this. I think everyone knows this palette. I don't get much use out of this anymore. I used to love it when I was into the smoky eyes, but now I'm kind of in the reds, what everyone else is wearing. I have tried using this, but they're all shimmers apart from these last 4. So what eyeshadow palette? I prefer a much more matte colour, so I don't really get much use out of this, but it is good for the quality and the price. I then got my Urban Decay Naked palette, and this has had a hell of a lot of use out of it. I prefer this to the smoky one, but again, you can't really get much of a full eye. I used to use Hustle as my outer corner, and now trying it again, because this was one of my first high-end palettes, I don't really like the pigmentation of Urban Decay products. As you can tell, I have to actually dig quite deep just to actually get any pigmentation out of it, but it is £38, and as it is one of my favourites, used to be, I will be trying to use this all up. Yeah, the only thing I don't like is it has such a small mirror, and then the packaging gets so dirty. So this is my eyeshadow palette collection. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed this. I mean, it wasn't at all long, and I know you can't see my face, but at the moment I'm wearing no makeup and I've got pyjamas on, so I wasn't really in the mood, and my skin is breaking out. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this. I will see you again on Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.